What's up, YouTube? It's Fred here. I'm just driving back to Houston right now. I live in Texas, so what I want to talk about today is depression and how improving your diet can really help you overcome it. Because when you're depressed, it's like a never-ending cycle. You lose your willpower, you lose your appetite, you don't want to do anything, you feel tired all the time, you're fatigued, you don't have a motivation to do anything but lie there in bed, being depressed, thinking about things that may not have any more meaning than it does to you in your own mind. And I wanted to talk to you about how eating right really does pull you out of that little rut that you're stuck in. Because I was in that rut. I was in that rut for like nearly a year, because I recently just broke up with somebody else in my life that was very dear and important to me, but didn't realize it at the time. You know that saying, you never realize what you have until it's gone. So I had that life lesson happen to me this last year, and I was depressed for like this whole 2015, and it really took some time to get over it. But I realized during that time that because I was so depressed and I didn't want to do anything, I didn't want to socialize, I didn't want to eat, I didn't want to go to the gym. I lost all sense of motivation, and the determination that I once had all the previous year before that was just gone. I would just lie in bed all day. I, just was emotionally a wreck. I didn't feel like I wanted to do anything at all. But being into self-improvement, I lost sight of that. And you really have to do what needs to be done with your health. Your health is the most priority, but when you're depressed, you don't see that. You don't really understand it until you start reading about it again and improving your lifestyle, your daily choices, your habits. And one of them is eating. The main one is eating. And you have to get those dopamine levels up, serotonin levels up, and the nutrients that are in the calories that you intake, your macros, those are really important because it helps your body, feel energetic again. And you're not allowing that to happen if you just lie there all day. If you're just going to be depressed all the time, sad all the time. And working out is a big one too. You have to work out. And this is like mainly a video for myself to remind myself that I have to take my own advice. And that's why I'm recording this, so that if I do get into that funk again, I can refer this to remind myself that I didn't have to go through this again, day after day, day after day. It just feels like the hours fly by when you're depressed, when you're just stuck in the past, and you have only today. You only have the now. And reading a couple books never hurts too. I really do subscribe to what R.S.D. Tyler says about reading, getting your life together, getting your act together, following your dreams. I've been exposed to a lot of different media, and all I've been doing was taking other people's advice and not following it. But then you have to actually really believe it, come to your own conclusion rather than following what other people say. And it took me this long to realize that I have to change. No one's gonna change for me. No one's gonna change for you. you have to do it on your own. Like, you have to do it, not for anyone else, not for women, not for, popularity, not for your social circle. You have to do it for you, not for your family either. But that's a good reason too. But still, they're not the end all be all. It's your life. And I realized that I was living my life for someone else's dream. I mean, I accepted it as my own for a while, but in the end, it's not what you truly want for someone else. It's you want it. What I mean is, you have to want it for yourself, and you have to really want it. Like, not let anyone or anything sidetrack you. And you have to take self-ownership. Being depressed can only get you so far. It's not very far. So, and I'll save that for another video. I'm just kind of like figuring out my format on how I want to do this. There's a lot of different topics that I'd love to talk about, and I'm 24, and I've been through a lot, like everybody else has, but this is just for like my own reference, just a record of my life. And I've always been meaning to do this, but this is about it. This is a good start. I remember I wanted to do this for a while now, but I never got around to it because I was never motivated. But now, it's another thing, being a man of your word. Saying that you'll do it and meaning it. But anyways, that really does capture what I'm trying to say. Once you're depressed, you have to realize that you're the only one who can pull yourself out of it. And that makes such a great story, right? Wouldn't that make such a great story? Like, you've just fucked up your life, and you just didn't feel motivated to do anything, and you lost all that sense of ambition, and you ended up having the conviction to push through that depression, that sadness, and rising up above it all to make it and become the man that you were meant to be. That's the hope, that's the dream, that's the masculine drive that we all strive for, that we all wish we had. And it's up to us to maintain it. So, and overcoming depression is the only way to do that. It's the only way. It may be hard now, but it gets better in the future. Only if you decided that. And that's your choice. Well, and that said, you gotta eat right. You have to maintain your diet. That means taking calories so that you feel like enough calories where you feel normal. Like, you're not so depressed and morose and stifled because your brain's not working without you taking care of it. Your mind's not going to do that itself. And especially exercise. You have to exercise to maintain your self-esteem. Have that sense of drive, that testosterone release. You just gotta like. You just gotta push through it, man. And that's it. Sign out.